Today's episode is for the business owners. You're not imagining it. 2026 has been a weird year. I'm talking to my clients and my biz friends, and I'm hearing a real sense of exhaustion and up and down motivation with the war and threats that it was going to become even bigger, this fuel crisis, talk of recession that is supposedly coming, and then it all seems to be fine. You may have found that this kind of instability has caused you to wobble and also your clients to wobble. So perhaps your business isn't quite where you want it to be. Or on the flip side, maybe you're finding that business is thriving, it's blowing up right now, but you're still having this sense of just feeling overwhelmed, stressed, and heaviness. Regardless of where your energy is at right now, if this feeling of heaviness resonates, today's episode is for you. Just a quick note before we dive in. Everything I share on this podcast is general in nature and does not take your personal circumstances into account. I'm not a licensed financial advisor, and nothing you hear on this podcast should be taken as personalized financial, business, taxation, or investment advice. Before you make any financial decisions, please seek guidance from your accountant or a qualified licensed financial advisor who understands your specific situation. So I want to start today's episode by acknowledging the weird middle ground that exists in business. The area that I'm talking about is when you're not struggling quite enough to panic, but you're also not thriving enough to feel excited. You feel like you're keeping your head above water, but you're not exactly the place where you want to be. So some of this might resonate. Maybe making money, but it's not growing. It's just ticking along. It's up and down each month. Maybe you're also finding that your content isn't hitting like it used to, and you think you've got it all figured out, and the algorithm just feels exhausting. Maybe you're finding on the flip side that your content is going really well. People are watching your stuff, but they're not actually converting into paying clients. Maybe you're also feeling a sense of busyness, of noisiness. You're working so hard and you're barely keeping your head above water. You know that you need to hire help, but even hiring a team just feels too overwhelming at the moment because there's just so much going on. And here's what I want to highlight. You can have a successful business and still feel this sense of being completely disconnected from it. So what are the reasons that business might feel heavy for you right now? Maybe there's just a real practical truth that you're just carrying too much. Maybe you've got too many offers, you're posting on too many platforms, you've got tons of great ideas, but you're actually struggling to execute on them. And here's something that I want to highlight. And trust me, I can totally relate to this right now myself, because complexity is actually killing your business profitability. You've simply got too much on your plate. And there's one truth bomb that I want to hit you with that hits a bit close to home for me too, which is that complexity kills profitability. Simplicity through your messaging, your offers is actually the key to your growth. The next thing that might be going on is that your nervous system is feeling fried. In the last episode of the podcast, I spoke about how I just had a bit of a mini getaway, and maybe you can resonate. You're feeling like you might be burning out. And it might not just be the business, it might be life and the energy of what's going on a global scale as well. Perhaps you're experiencing decision fatigue. There's just pressure coming from so many different places all the time. And you're riding that emotional roller coaster of business. It's up, it's down, you're landing new clients, you're losing clients. Here's the thing. If you are feeling dysregulated, you might not be feeling in the best place to be making clear financial decisions about the long-term success of your business. Which leads me to the next point. You've lost clarity. You feel like you are forgetting what actually made your business work And even though intellectually you know what you should be working on, you feel like you're an octopus just putting out fires constantly and not actually making the strategic moves to set you ahead. Maybe you're in a cycle of being super busy and how am I going to deal with all of this? And then a couple of weeks later, you're in a desperate, panicked energy because you desperately need clients. But the previous couple of weeks, you hadn't even been showing up in your marketing because you didn't have capacity to do it. So you're feeling this feast and famine in terms of your business revenue as well. And the last thing that you might be noticing is that you've drifted away from your numbers. Yes, you know it's important to check your profit and loss reports, to be reviewing your business performance metrics, but you're so busy just trying to keep your clients and potentially get some new ones that you're not even really diving into your actual numbers. You're perhaps emotionally spending. So you're like, oh my goodness, I've just got to plug that gap. You're not spending from a strategic planned place. You're just trying to throw money at problems to keep your head above water. And that might not be a bad thing, but if you aren't actually making your decisions from an informed place, you won't actually know how this is impacting your business. Because when you disconnect from your numbers, you disconnect from your power. So, if all of this is contributing to the heaviness, what actually helps? The key things to focus on: simplification. Trust me, I'm working on this in my own business right now. Reconnecting to your numbers. Make sure that you're reviewing, like, how are those posts performing? How many people are opening my emails? How is my profit going? Keeping your focus on your business profitability, making sure that you are keeping your eye on the long-term prize. The next thing that I often see successful business owners slipping on a bit is the visibility, the marketing side of business. Because you're just in, like I said, panic mode. You're not actually going, okay, what am I doing to keep that funnel, to keep my new potential clients coming through the door? From my 10 plus years as a business coach, these are the things that I've seen that actually work: your messaging, your marketing, your numbers, and really making sure that you are managing your energy. And if you need some help with it, this is exactly why I decided to run a free live training, which is called your mid-year money reset. This is for business owners who are doing well, but who have goals to be doing even more. When you come along to this training, you'll walk away with a renewed focus and energy and feel excited about what you want to create and achieve in the second half of the year. We'll be diving in and I'll be showing you how to look at your numbers, how to get refocused again, and how to reconnect to your momentum so you close 2026 out strong. If business has felt heavier than it should lately, and your business performance has been up and down, I really encourage you to be in the room. Like I said earlier, it's free. It's actually happening next week. So jump on into the link in the show notes. And I can't wait to see you there live. You can ask me questions in the training if you show up live as well. So really encourage you to be in the room and get your energy and momentum back on track. If your business has felt heavy in 2026 so far, firstly, you're not alone, but also you don't have to stay there. There are some steps that you can take to navigate your way out. Thanks so much for tuning in to the Intentional Money Show. Hope you have a fabulous week, and I'll chat to you again next week.